So Biden's come out lately saying that he wants to be back involved in politics. He wants to do fundraising for the Democrats. And I thought, yeah, that's great. I'm a Republican. Let's get him out there. They might as well just write a check to the Republican Party. But, you know, I suppose in a carefully controlled situation like commercials, they can, you know, do multiple takes until they finally can piece it together. I mean, it would definitely be a disaster if he went around speaking in public. He'd get into the mumbling and everything again, and it just would not help them at all. But it's kind of funny because I think he's still kind of out of it. You know, we've had all this big controversy about the AutoPen. AutoPen, why do you use AutoPen? Why did he use AutoPen when he said he was in D.C.? Or, you know, this conflict with where he was when things were signed too. And it's like he hasn't come out with said anything. Like if he said, well, you know, I had this problem with my hand, and you know, I had cramping in my hand, and so a lot of times if my hand hurt, I would just use AutoPen instead. And it's like, well, that would be kind of a lame excuse, but it would probably work. And it's like, why hasn't he offered something like that? Or again, if that was really the case, and he went to a doctor, the doctor could say, oh yes, Mr. Biden has, you know, rheumatoid arthritis or osteoporosis or something in his hands that makes it difficult for him to sign a lot of things. And, you know, even though people would still look at that and say, I think it would suffice, but it's just crazy. So it doesn't seem to me that it would be a positive to have Biden back on your side out there. And, you know, it just brings up the whole thing, all the stuff that people want to forget about too. And just, it reignites this idea that how long did people know that he was failing and was unable to do his job? I mean, you know, there's been, you know, theories floated. One even said that, you know, allegedly that Hunter Biden was running the White House after the horrible speech that, you know, not speech, but the debate, he took over. Now, I don't know, I find it hard to believe, but, you know, you have allegations like that, but it seems like a lot of people knew that he was having a lot of problems and chose to ignore it. And this would be, you know, top-level Democrats, too. I'm sure Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and these people, they all knew what was going on. So, no, they don't want Biden out there and someone being able to, you know, twist the knife in a little bit more on how they performed during his presidency, how they, you know, what did he know, what did he not know, who did these last-minute pardons? Were they really him? Were they someone else? And it's just a bad look for Democrats. If I was them, I'd just say, no, Joe, go back, live wherever you're living, have a wonderful life, but stay out of politics. But again, as a Republican, I'm saying, oh, yes, definitely use him. You know, go around to 3 different speaking engagements every day, and, you know, he'll melt down. I mean, I'm not really suggesting that, because it's at some point it becomes elder abuse when you take someone that definitely appears to have some cognitive issues, probably has physical limitations. I mean, his first press secretary kind of joked on one show that he never did anything before 9 a.m. So, I mean, he was a very late riser. So, you know, it's something the Democrats should try to put in the background and try to keep Biden out of everything as much as possible. Now, that is a problem because he was the president. I realize that. But, and I don't know, it's the same with Kamala. I just don't think, I don't think she's there for what they really need. What they really need is having someone that's more sensible and more moderate. But Democrats, whenever they think, oh, we have a problem. We need a candidate that's more moderate. They pick one that's more liberal than before. And this, I did another video that was called Death by Pendulum, but this idea of that with Obama, they swung so towards the left that it, you know, he, in a way, you could say Obama made the conditions where Trump could win. And, you know, it happened. And now, again, second term. It's just the idea that, you know, we go way over here, and I'm sure, I don't know who will have the White House next. I mean, people, which I don't think is a good idea, want to extend presidencies to 3 terms. And, you know, that would mean, if they do that, that means Obama or someone could run again, I guess. I don't know. And, you know, but just a mess. There's a point where you get too old. Like, I'm 72. You definitely wouldn't want me in the White House, you know, making decisions for you. No, not at all. And some of these people just have to realize, okay, you're getting to a certain age where, yeah, maybe you're fine. Maybe for the first year of a 3rd term, Trump would be fine. But maybe after that, he'd turn into, you know, kind of Biden with this not being coherent, not quite understanding what's going on, have to be directed off a stage in the right direction and things, and kind of rescued when different things happen. But I think the tide has turned a little too, so it'd be interesting to see what the Democrats do. But right now, this is, you know, news people's words, not mine. The party's just kind of imploding now. It's, you know, Chuck Schumer sided with the President Trump on the budget. And it's like the Democrats are just enraged about that. But it's like, he's smart. He knows how he performs in Congress depends more on Trump now than the other Democrats. It's kind of you saw the same type of thing happening when Biden won. You saw some Republicans just switch right over almost, and, you know, patting the people on the back. Oh, you know, the other, the Democrats and everything. The Republicans were patting the Democrats on the back and everything. But there I go. You know, it just would be a horrible mistake. And I guess my point is, if he was with it enough to know what was going on, he would definitely clear up the confusion about the auto pen. Even if he has to read a prepared statement about it, and they have to edit it down 100 times before they play it. Well, Biden couldn't be here today, but here's a picture of him and a video of him giving his excuse. Unbelievable. Bye.